I'm here with Ricky Saints, NXT North American champion. What's it been like getting a chance to work with Ethan Page? Obviously, he's coming after your title, but there's a lot of parallels between, yourself and him coming to NXT, where you came from, going after the same title, a few of them. What's it kind of been like having a guy like that to sort of bounce off of as your sort of first real feud in NXT?
Well, I think polar opposites attract, of course, and I'm no stranger to Ethan. We have met before on the indies at other places and things of that nature. So I think having that type of chemistry only creates the best types of matches and outcomes.
Now, obviously, there's a lot of attention you had for waiting to see what your next move was. Then you got here. A lot of accolades in your career from NWA and elsewhere. What's something you want people to focus on more? Maybe something that just you'd like to get a little bit more attention than some of the more prevalent stuff.
Oh wow, what a great question. I think it's just really focusing on my current work right now and the stuff that I'm trying to do currently. I would just focus on the effort that I'm putting out there right now.
All right. That was my way of kind of easing into avoiding the what's your favorite match, or what's your Mount?
I love that. Yeah.
What's your Mount Rushmore?
Yeah,
stuff like that. Nothing against it, but sometimes
you gotta mix it up.
Sometimes doing stuff like this, you gotta keep it interesting for you guys. So, what's the most frivolous purchase you've made when you thought, okay, I've made it in wrestling? You reach a certain status. Is there something you...
Not yet. I haven't done it. I'm still saving up.
Can I give you an example?
Yes.
The War Raiders, Eric said they built a Viking... They do cosplay on their property. They built this giant Viking, I forget the word he said, but
gazebo?
Yeah, let's go with gazebo.
Sure.
I think it was bigger than a gazebo, but let's go with that.
Crazy.
If that kind of sets the bar for you.
No, I have a lot of things I want to buy, some really outlandish purchases, but I'm still saving up on it. If I had to give you an answer, I don't know, maybe a $10,000 Louis bag.
One of your colleagues, I think he was known for saying, "Spend it now, make more later." So, if I'm putting any pressure on you,
you're a smart man. Yeah, I've heard that so many times. But yeah.
All right. I feel like I owe you an apology of sorts, because I wrote a post about Michael Jackson music, Michael Jackson albums you wrote, and you kind of took a few strays because you said you didn't listen to anything after Off the Wall.
Yeah, I meant that.
I know.
I don't care for any of the other albums after Off the Wall. If there's a problem with it, who cares? That's just my personal preference. I love Off the Wall is that's really good. Yes, there's some other ones, but they're whatever.
Well, I felt like I owed you a little bit of an apology, but okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Apology accepted.
All right. I'm going to go back to one of the generic questions. So, what match would you put on for people that maybe aren't as familiar with your work as some of us, or people that have followed your career? Maybe they're just NXT fans that have caught on to you. Is there one that you've had in NXT so far or maybe one before that you're
NXT would be when I won the title. That'd be a top one. Anything beyond that, me versus Bryan Danielson, for sure.
Wrap up on this. I mentioned, I alluded to Cody being one of your friends. You consider him a mentor. Who are some of the people in NXT that you've learned from that maybe, Shawn Michaels, his name comes up, a lot of the trainers, but is there anybody that you didn't realize would be as much of an influence until you got here?
No, because I feel like that discredits them. Every person that has come to me and talked to me, Terry Taylor, Fit Finley, Matt Bloom, have been nothing but a wealth of knowledge. Sean Spears also is a coach there and is very knowledgeable once you listen. For all his faults, he does have some good knowledge as well.
I feel like he's a guy that's maybe underappreciated. I'm a fan of his work, but I think coming back to NXT, you kind of see what he offers.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Any closing remarks or final statement you want to make to Ethan Page ahead of your match?
Hey, bud, you're gonna lose.